Can you see my screen? The, that's a Zoom. Now we are on, you see what you're watching there. It's because I am not full screen. What you're watching there is on the YouTube. Okay, now we are out of the YouTube. It's in my background, but anyway. I got to silence. Okay. We are live on YouTube now. So somebody goes on YouTube and types that name, SLIMO1966. Family Worldwide Monthly Meeting 5 for November on Zoom. Oh.
It's a worldwide monthly meeting of Family Worldwide.
Family. SLIMO family, isn't it?
Yes. SLIMO 1996 family meeting.
Correct. Family Worldwide monthly meeting. I have put it for this time. Try that till continuing.
Yeah.
You put SLIMO1966 family, it will come. And then it will say, show you on the picture live, you know?
Yeah.
Padmalingam, congratulations.
What?
Mahatya.
Hi, Mohanlal.
Hello.
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 Padman, you are not connected as yet.
Yeah, I think. No. I'm talking to you.
Y'all can hear me?
Yeah.
Where he went?
We can hear only part. How are you? Keeping? You can say.
Okay, I'm going to go get him. He wanted me to connect him and then he disappeared.
And the light is from behind. You can put a light in front, it'll be nice.
Okay, I'll try.
Magician is here. Magician's face is not seen. Hi, Benita. Welcome.
Can't see Benita.
Good day. You got a lot of books behind you.
Ah, yes, I.
Tons of it. And where is your art? Today, the art is not there. Art is on the ground.
And art is, I have My wife said, don't keep art, keep only the books.
Books we can't read. Your art we can see.
Yeah.
Mohanlal, your head is a little lower down. I think you'll have to bring the screen forward so you move forward.
That is called deterioration with age.
Are you becoming shorter?
He's sinking inside the screen.
Yeah.
No, you pull the top of the screen towards you and then it'll move up. That's it.
That's
no,
it.
Leave it in the middle. No, leave it in the middle. No, that's your head is cut off now.
Now, I'll show you this.
That's better.
That's fine,
This is
That's
better.
good.
But I'm 2 days work to finish.
Oh, that's beautiful. You're drawing, huh?
Yeah.
Koda?
Yeah.
Karunian is coming from the hospital.
Oh, good.
He's joining the COVID task force since Joe Biden came. He's in the forefront now.
I know. I want to get COVID to everyone. Hey, Charles, how are you, Cody?
Oh, all right.
Ranjit is here.
Yeah, keeping well.
Hey, Padman, you're wearing
Good morning,
Trump's
everybody. Good afternoon.
Trump's cap, man.
Hi. I think I may be the happiest guy of all of you because I don't have to go to Ariala just now.
Why?
I can stay in USA because I told my family if the guy gets it, I will go back to Sri
Hi,
Lanka.
John.
Because
Welcome.
I cannot tolerate him for 4 more years.
I
Hooray!
know.
But he'll come back after 4 years.
No. He's not gonna. He'll be in jail by 4 years.
No, not 4 years within now, the next 1 month or 2 months.
My
No, it
God,
could be
I
only a
have
month or
never
two.
seen. I have never seen a person like this in my life of 82
Sam,
years.
why don't you come on your computer?
Hooray.
You have to admire the fellow's ability
Welcome.
to lie. Just take something and lie.
My God. Even now, after losing, he continues to lie.
He's playing golf.
Be careful, Narada is here.
Okay.
So Trumpian.
Now, let me tell you,
Benita,
my
how are you,
folks.
Benita? You look sleepy.
Yeah, let me
Who,
tell
me?
you, my folks,
No.
Padmalingam.
Huh?
All I am telling is, I am not scared of anybody except the Lord, and I am not scared of Trump either. I will tell
But
him
you are
the way
wearing a
I
Trump cap, man.
speak right now.
So,
Hey, you are wearing a Trump cap, Paddy.
Padmalingam and Biden used to go to the same gym. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Delaware.
Yeah. Besides that, now that I opened the topic, I'll tell you all. I sutured his son's forehead laceration when the son was only 5 years old, and I asked, Senator, can I ask you, can I get a plastic surgeon to do it? And he said, you better do it right now. I'm not going to wait for a plastic surgeon. I did that. And then my 2 sons went to the same high school, Achmea Academy, where Biden went. And my little son, Surain, and Ashley, his daughter was only 1 grade apart. So we became family friends. I am not boasting, but this is the truth. And I am very proud that I have a friend going to be in our White House. Hooray!
So what's your job going to be?
I don't need any job. I'm so happy. The ghost is gone.
No.
My
You
God.
have to. He wants you at the
You gotta
White
get
House.
the back some money, man. Go and get some saying there's a group
And
of
the other thing
medical
is, I
doctors.
was also an elected official in a prestigious city of Newcastle as a councilman. So he knows me very well on that regard too. So I'm boasting, I'm proud. I don't think there is any batchmate who had been an elected official in another country.
Hey, Paddy, I
Correct,
think
correct.
Biden is
Padmalingam was going to
watching
be
you on
mayor of the-
YouTube, man. Biden is watching you live on YouTube.
Yeah, that's okay, but I am boasting. It's the truth, nothing but the truth. I think Joe and me had known each other since 1973 when he became a senator.
Hello.
So we are expecting a visit to the White House
Yeah.
if after January.
If
No,
not
but
for the-
seriously,
if not for
Padmalingam
the
and
virus,
even before.
if not for the virus,
Zero two.
I might
Delaware
have
is a
been
small
there.
state. Delaware is a very
Zero
small
one.
state.
Yes,
So
we
everyone
are
knows
the
everyone.
second
41.
smallest state.
Yeah,
We
so
are the
everyone
second
knows everyone
smallest
else. It is a little it is small. It's about one.
Yeah,
fifth the size
let
of London.
Padmalingam stop boasting about himself and
That's
go on
correct.
with the program.
Is Bobby joining us? Bobby joining us?
I called him and left a message that he should join us.
Yeah, we are going to wait for Saro. Hasn't come yet. Saro is
No, you
also
just,
celebrating, I'm sure.
Yeah, no
And,
problem. No problem.
Yeah, but yeah, I want to ask you.
You're calling on your mobile, is it? You're joining on your mobile. Okay. Try to join on your you don't have a computer in front of you.
Hi, Sam. How are you?
Sam,
That is better. You
Sam, I'm
will
very
get a better
impressed with
picture.
all your jokes and your wisdom. You are going to make you the priest of the group. Okay?
My goodness.
all the moral good things you are putting out.
Yeah,
Hi, Srima.
they are not my creations, but
The
anyway,
guys are all
various other
here.
people send it to
You
me.
can.
I thought I'll
What
send
are you
it
doing
on to
right
you all.
now?
Yeah, no, do keep us posted. He keeps us on the straight and narrow path.
You join on any one of those two. You can join on both also.
But I enjoy it, Sam.
Yeah,
You
good,
join
good.
on this and
I'm
then
glad.
work your computer through if you want.
Hi, Sam.
Call me
Are you
if you
still
want,
dancing?
anytime.
Do you still dance?
Yeah, a little bit. Little
Sam-
bit. Still do to some extent. Not an awful lot.
I
That is
think
to keep the
I think
muscles
Sam
working.
is the guy with the most amount of hair among the males.
Not about me. Not about me. I have it.
No, you cannot
Yeah.
beat Aponso, man. Harry Aponso. It's cracking.
Maru is getting jealous.
Hey, Srima. Nice to see you after a long time.
Hi, Srima.
Hi.
Your face is not seen.
We can see only half your face.
I think this
That's
is
better.
the
That's better,
whole of my
Srima. Now,
face.
now right, fine.
Yeah.
Hello,
Hey,
Narada.
Mohan.
Hi, Ranjit. Hi, Ranjit. Good to see you, man.
Hi.
Hi, Ranjit.
Uh,
How is
Banda, it must
Priyani
be-
doing? How is Priyani doing? How is Priyani doing?
I haven't seen her recently, but she's now very depressed, I think.
Without all the COVID and all that, huh? Yeah. Whom are you waiting for? Shall we wait? Our speaker is not here yet. Who is Devas D? Devas G hasn't shown him or herself on the screen. I know. Vijay, Stanley called me last night and he said he'll join. Milroy is not joining.
Milroy is there.
Don Banda.
No, no.
Nanda is joining, is he?
No, Banda is going to show us something. Wow, Banda.
Morning. I'm too
Flamingo,
sleepy.
Flamingo Lake.
I'm far too sleepy to concentrate, but we'll try.
Banda, these not Melbourne, is it? The birds coming into Melbourne? No?
The what?
What is it? Where is this? This flamingos?
I think he's muted.
Banda, you're sharing the screen. Where are they from?
Can you see me at all? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. We can see you.
You can see the flamingos as well. Yes.
Okay. What's that now? How's it now?
Only you. Now only you.
That's enough. I think. Yep. I'll try and keep up. It's 3 o'clock in the morning now.
I know, Banda. I must. Maruf called me and wanted me to wake up early, which I said okay. All right. But then he was going to ask you whether you would mind getting up at 3 o'clock. So I was willing to get up early so that you can have a little more sense, better time anyway. So can we start? Shall we? Saro is not here.
Yeah, Saro is not here yet.
Maru, did you call her yesterday? Maru is talking to someone. So Kodda,
Yeah.
you're also up in the middle of the night, huh?
No. Now it's about 2:15.
So you are in England. You are in England.
I'm not. I'm in Scotland. I don't like to call it England. England is another country.
I know. Okay.
Kota, you are in the United Kingdom.
United Kingdom.
Yeah.
United Kingdom, but more Scottish than.
But anyway, Kodda, I thought not in New Zealand. You travel up and down.
No, I moved a long time ago, 2002.
Guys, yeah, okay, very good. So, Maru, do we start or?
Saro, I don't know. We can start with the important.
Yeah, before
Yes,
we
we can
start,
join.
I want to ask you guys a quick question. Okay, we are trying to make this interesting and light and funny and all these kinds of good stuff, but also some serious stuff. You know, we had some COVID-related talk, and I think that can go on. Someone can tell us about vaccine. But I'm just wondering, you know, this one of the guys who's, I would say, even changing the way medicine is practiced is Bobby's son. Because this guy has taken all the information that comes from medical records and all these massive amount of data, and he predicts what's going to happen.
Big data.
Big data analysis.
Yeah.
And number of the hospital systems in Texas and all over the country has his software attached to every hospital patient's information when they come in, so that he is able to look at the computer is able to look at the data and tell the doctors what's going to happen, and they are able to predict and prevent certain things. So I know it's a fascinating part of medicine that's becoming more and more evident and introduced into practice in a very subtle way. And he also thinks that medical education has to change, and you know, the way we study for
Information management has to change. Everything has to change. I think
so. My question is, would you guys be interested in a subject like that?
Yes, of course.
Very much.
The future.
Yeah.
If you know the one I put, the frontiers, future frontiers of.
So shall I'll get a little more information, and you know, because Bobby now has been transported to close to where he is. I spoke to Bobby. Bobby hasn't come. And shall I organize something in January or something? February or January?
Yeah.
Okay.
So anyone, okay, that's one.
A short talk. A short
20 minutes.
introduction to.
Yeah, 20 minutes as usual.
20 or 30 minutes, yeah. So anyone else has anything interesting that you can?
Yeah, Isha, I have a question. Is everyone taking vitamin D3?
I am.
How much are you taking?
I'm taking
4,000 units.
2,000 international units a day.
I'm taking 4,000.
Yeah, that's good, because there was a lady who wanted me to have her vitamin D levels checked when I was in Sri Lanka. She was on 1,000 units. And when we got her vitamin D results, the minimum should be 30. Hers was 23. So she was on 1,000 units. So I asked her to increase it to 2,000, and now she's taking 2,000. I have been taking 2,000 for the past 6 to 8 months. I just was interested to know whether everybody else was taking at least 2,000 a day.
Yeah, well, I am taking it. Not that 23 is necessary. I mean, the normal for vitamin D is a very iffy number, but we say 30 is what you strive for. But some people, 1,000 will do. The recommended allowance is 800. The recommended allowance is only 800. But yeah, 2,000 is safe. You don't take more than that, but 2,000 is safe. But almost all elderly people and all people, the vitamin D deficiency is very prevalent. And now with the COVID, there's a little bit of data that it might prevent. The data is that people whose vitamin D level is low have died. That is the data they are extrapolating.
Yeah, because in fact, I was listening to one of your intensive care guys who said 80% of his patients in the intensive care unit had low levels of vitamin D3.
Yeah, but the point is, even in normal circumstances, if you take people who are very healthy, a lot of them will be vitamin D3 deficient by this standard. The standard is the issue, the 30. That's a whole argument about how they decided that 30 is what you shoot for. So it's a thing, but still, it's a good thing to take. Because your made is we have to be naked in the sun to get vitamin D.
Yeah, but unfortunately, we have too much melanin in our skin. So absorption is...
Correct. That also decreases it. Correct. So any other, where's Saro? I came very anxious and agitated to listen to Saro.
Hi, Milroy.
Oh,
Milroy, hi.
Morning.
Morning. Good morning to you.
Morning.
Morning, hi, Stanley. Stanley has come.
Mohan, good morning.
Okay, Shelly.
Hi, Glory.
Wait,
Can you hear me, Glory?
Hi.
Yeah,
we can hear.
Karunyan,
Yes.
till Saro comes, why don't we get Narada to give an update on Trump?
I think that would set the stage for Saro to come.
Until Saro comes, we can sing Happy Birthday to you. Happy Birthday to you. The only person who can sing is Narada.
No, he can sing for me.
Happy birthday, Narada.
Happy birthday, Narada.
What is your secret of perpetual? Hi, Shamin.
Shamin. There is the cake.
Okay.
Maru, how are you?
Hey, Narada is cutting a cake.
Yeah. We'll have to eat something. Wait.
Okay. It's finished.
Mohan, you can hear me?
The thing is,
okay.
the thing is, I still, even though I'm attaining 80, I still feel 40. I don't know what to do about it.
That is called good care. Good care you are getting.
No, but our president is going to be 80 very soon. So if you can run the whole country, do something. Yeah. I know. But you look very young, very, very young.
Oh.
Sure. Yeah.
Hi, Narada. Happy birthday.
Yeah. Hey, Stanley, how are you, Stanley? Good to see you. Yeah.
Karunyan.
Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead.
Karunyan, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
I hear something on meditation. So shall I start?
Yes. Okay.
Oh, yeah, sure.
I start.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Okay. There comes Sarojini.
Karun, then
No, but Milroy will hear you too, Majan.
Yeah, after her.
Yes, Sarojini.
Yeah.
Are you able to connect?
She's connecting the audio. 1 minute.
You want it to me.
Thanks for the cake. Oh, very nice.
Happy birthday, Narada.
Oh, thank you. All of you. Thanks for everyone.
Narada, let's have a party in the summer.
Yeah. Maruf, can you record this? The magic and all that we can replay.
No, it's all on YouTube. Everybody is seeing it. Can you go on the left corner of you will see live on YouTube.
But is it being recorded?
Yes.
Okay.
Have you gone and seen your last performance?
No. Under what do you have? Under SLIMO?
SLIMO 1966 family meeting.
Yeah. So while Sarojini is connecting, I want to ask you one. There are how many SLIMOs do we have? There are 3 or 4 WhatsApp group. Can you make it one?
Yes, I'm trying to join that. But then there was originally the SLIMO and 1966 were separate. Now I joined them. I got them
Yeah,
married.
but can we have one SLIMO only?
Yeah, I'm going to do that, but there are some people who are joined on the other one.
Other one, okay.
So I'm just keeping it going until both are equal, and then I knock off one of those. I'm making it a foundation.
Okay. Saro, can you hear us? There you go. Hi, Saro.
Can't hear.
I think she's
She's
waiting.
not connected to audio.
What I'm going to do is just.
We can see her now.
We can hear now, Saro.
Yeah,
Hi,
hi.
Saro.
We can hear you, Saro.
We can't see you a little further if you put your face up a little bit. Put that.
Hi,
Yeah.
hi.
Oh,
So sorry about it, but Nihal is working on getting the computer thing going. So Maru, you want me to just try and do this, like try on the cell phone until Nihal gets the computer working?
Okay,
And then
yes. I can play it for you.
No, this works well, right? But you need some. This is okay, Sarojini. It's good. It's good.
But Maru, can you project the slides then on this?
Yeah,
but
sure.
Working on that, and then I will switch to the computer.
Yeah.
Hi, Pandi.
Hi.
Maru, is it possible to do it?
Yeah, I'm
like
going to
with
do
this
that.
cell
No,
phone?
I'm going to put the slides for you.
Oh, okay. Okay, then I'll do. Okay.
Oh, brilliant. Yeah.
Okay, Nihal, if you get it, yeah, if you let me know, I'll go upstairs to do this. Okay.
Ready there?
Yeah, it's
Saro,
good.
Yeah, hi.
the slide is on.
No.
This is not my slides. I don't see any of the pictures or
You are
anything.
doing a screen share.
Wait. So, but how do I get to Zoom now?
Okay, I'll get it to Zoom.
Nihal is trying to work getting it in there. So, but Maru, these are not my slides, no?
Yeah, these are your slides.
But they're like black and white? No.
No, it's black and no, it's not black and white. What it is color and
No.
second one and the third one.
I don't see that.
You don't see it.
Yeah, we don't see the slides.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
That's
no
all right,
problem.
Saro. We need. Narada just said that Trump is not going to leave the White House, so we need meditation fast.
I'm so sorry for this. Last night we went through a run with Maru. It was really well. So I don't know what happened today. Our internet, I don't know, something must have happened.
It's cold there.
But I don't see my slides yet.
You want to see the slides now? Shall I share it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can get started and then I'll switch to the computer if it works.
Okay, here you are.
Oh, there you go.
Can you see it, Saro?
Yes, we can see the slides, Saro.
But now I can't, Nihal. I'm doing this now. Now it's okay. We'll forget about that. Yeah, I don't want to stop this.
Can you see?
Yeah, I'll do it on this.
Can you see? Saro, can you see?
Yeah. 1 second. I'm going to get settled somewhere and do it now. Okay? Hold on.
Sit down, please.
Hold on. 1 second. Everybody. So. Hello. Okay. Sorry about everything. Anyway, so this is actually just wanting to learn about meditation and get into meditation. Personal journey as well as meditation really for anybody is truly a very individual personal experience. Maruf, I don't know how I can move the slides.
You can't move. I will have to move it. Yeah. You tell me next and I will go to next.
So next.
Now I have to go on the presenting thing. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
So very briefly, meditation obviously has been around in its very great many disguises over millennia, primarily in Eastern society. and has been associated with a great many religious traditions and many cultures. In the West, it rose to some prominence in the 1960s and 1970s, and to some degree was associated with sort of a hippie type culture with the anti-war sentiments. In the past few decades, though, it has taken on sort of a life of its own, and it is from school kids to sports management, stress, psychiatric illnesses, you name it, just about anything and everything. Next. So the prayer, mindfulness, and meditation, while they do have something in common, they are truly different. Next. Prayer actually means more of a, has general a theistic influence to it, in that you require help or give expressions of thanks and gratitudes to a deity or to some object of worship, so on. Mindfulness and meditation are terms that have crept into mainstream use and frequently are used interchangeably.
You carry on, Saru. Move the lid of your computer towards you so that you. Thank you, Nihal.
So we got the computer up and running. I'm going to
Yeah, that's
computer
continue. We'll continue as it is, because to switch on to you, you can switch on if you want to.
I can switch to the computer now.
You can. I can close my screen, and you can start your screen if you want to.
Oh no! In that case,
you continue as it is better.
Huh?
You continue as it is. I'll just be the clicker to the next one. You know, no problem.
Okay.
Thank you, Nihal.
Okay, no problem.
You can sit with us.
Okay, Nihal,
yeah.
So, mindfulness and meditation are terms that have crept into mainstream use and frequently are used interchangeably. Can you guys hear me well?
You know, Saro, put one of those devices.
Yeah, you'll have to close your phone. I think
Okay.
we are hearing two voices. Close your phone now.
How's it now?
Now it's better.
Let me close off.
No,
Okay.
your phone is still on.
Okay, I'm leaving from the phone. How is that now?
Yeah, it's better.
Okay. Okay, now we're up and running. Okay. So mindfulness and meditation are terms that have crept into mainstream use and are frequently used interchangeably, with especially mindfulness being almost sort of a ubiquitous term now in recent times. However, they do have differences in terms of the practice and the ultimate aspirations. Having said that, I would say that mindfulness is sort of the common thread that runs through all types of meditation practices. Meditation per se refers to sort of a formal practice that is meant to calm the mind and enhance awareness of ourselves, our minds, and our environment or world. Maruf, can you just go to slide 7 at this point, and I'll come back to 4 later.
Okay.
Hi, Maruf.
Yes, I will do. The next one.
No, can you go to 7 and then we'll come back?
Which is what number is this?
That was 3. So this is 4, 5, 6, 7.
This one?
This one, yeah. So meditation can be a contemporary sort of, or mundane, day-to-day, everyday type meditation, and what we refer to as a supramundane meditation. The supramundane meditation is primarily for non-secular persons, mostly for religious, like priests and other religious persons, requiring a much higher level degree of commitment and so on. And so what is mostly practiced,
Close the door.
mostly practiced nowadays is the contemporary or the mundane meditation, which is what I will be dealing with primarily. Okay, so if we can go to slide 4 now, back again.
This one.
Yeah, right. A broad definition of meditation will be as a practice that trains attention and awareness to achieve mental clarity, a sense of calm, and a general sense of harmony with oneself and with the rest of the world. Next slide. And these are some of the forms of meditation. I believe there are about 7 or 9 or whatever if you look through the literature, but these are the main forms, and the ones that I'm familiar with have more of a Buddhist approach to them. And that would be like metta, which is also called loving kindness, samadhi or concentration, and vipassana, insight meditation. Again, these three all have the common thread of mindfulness running through them, and attention is what is required in this practice of these three forms. Of course, with the samadhi one being the most most difficult to practice in a way, and that's the one that mostly is probably better for the non-secular. Okay, so then the ways to meditate, you can physically, you can be sitting, there's sitting meditation, walking meditation, movements, even example like yoga and lying down. This again is more for the secular people that all of these apply. And sitting meditation, ideally, I did want to say something a little bit more about the metta. So I'm just going to go back to that metta slide a little bit. You don't have to go back to the slide. So metta is like a formal concentration of conscious thoughts of like goodwill to family, friends, enemies, and all living creatures, whether they be in the air, the water, or the soil. And being aware of others' suffering, cultivating empathy. This makes you less likely to harm others if you are sending kind of good thoughts to everybody. And in this way, you are actually benefiting not only yourself, but all creatures, great and small. Maruf, this is in the slide that says metta, samadhi, and concentration. Sorry. And that will be slide number 5. Yeah, right. Yeah, correct. Good. Okay. So samadhi, the concentration, like I said, is mostly for the non-secular folk, and I'll get to that a little later. Vipassana is sort of absolutely like a self-examination where you sit and focus, sort of scan yourself. First of all, maybe your body, the physical body, and be aware of all the sensations in your body and the fact that your body, every cell is changing every minute, and that makes you think about impermanence and change. And so that when change actually happens in your own life, you are able to deal with it a little bit better. So Vipassana is primarily a sort of looking inwards rather than to the outside world, which is what is normally done. Normally, we are looking at the world with our eyes, ears, and taste sensations and all the other faculties that we have. And basically, it's a looking outward process that we normally live our lives with. So Vipassana makes you sit down and focus and concentration more towards your inner self and your inner thoughts and your mind. And to realize how fleeting the thoughts are, in terms that you can't even hold on to a thought for a single second. They pass so fast. And in this sense, learning to not cling to these thoughts, realizing that they change so fast. And so when change occurs, we are able to say, okay, knowing that sort of this too shall pass. So with constant practice, it helps to realize the impermanence of situations and thoughts and all of that. It also helps you to recognize how much of proliferation of thoughts one does. You start with one thing and then you build up and build up. You think of somebody and then you say, oh, that person did this to me, that to me, the other thing to me. And so all these thoughts of like hatred and anger that pass through our minds without our even realizing it. The amount of proliferation, and the Pali term for that is papancha, sort of building up on various things and going on and on and on, like a chain reaction in your mind. So you kind of try to stop that kind of thinking when you realize that this is what you're doing and you're not living in the present moment at all, but you're mostly dealing with past thoughts, and those are mainly regrets, or with various future plans or worries that sometimes really never even come to pass. You also recognize like how judgmental you are sometimes. And so it helps in this sense to control all of those thoughts. So if we can go to the sitting, okay. So now the sitting meditation, ideally, as I said, is supposed to be in the lotus situation, where everyone has seen statues where the Buddha sits with the legs crossed, one on top of the other, ideally, or the half lotus or whatever. Not everyone is able to do that, especially if you're not trained from childhood and so on. So you can also sit on a chair or whatever. The ideal is to have your back straight and to almost have your the top of your vertex of your head almost connected to the ceiling, like by an invisible thread, so that you really sit up straight. And ideally, your feet, both feet should be planted firmly on the ground so that you're grounded to the earth. And so it can be done sitting on a chair this way. Walking meditation requires for making out a straight path for yourself. This is for the meditation walking. And so it needs to be a straight path, I don't know, maybe 20, 30 feet apart, 2 points, where you walk up and down, mindfully lifting each leg, placing it down, left and right, and so on. Not swinging your arms, having them either by your side or in front of you, clasped or clasped behind you or whatever. This is sort of equivalent to the alcohol test, I guess, where you try to walk a straight line without faltering. And so that's what you do with the walking meditation. Now, mindfully walking outside also can be done, but that's different, where you're careful not to step into potholes and stuff like that. So mindfulness in that sense, actually, I didn't get into that much, but that refers to your daily activities, where you are mindful of what you do. A very drastic example would be that you don't put the ice cream into the microwave, and you don't put your to boil water into the refrigerator or some such thing, and being mindful of where you probably left your glasses, where did you leave your cell phone. And if you are mindful of these things, the next time you want to find these things, you obviously find them much easier. So that's almost a common sense thing of being aware of what you're doing, and that is what mindfulness would be. And mindfully walking is the same thing, where you just don't take your cell phones with you and chatter on them or have earplugs in, but you just watch the trees, the birds, whatever is going on around you, being aware of your environment at that time. Lying down meditation can also be done, and this is mainly for the sick or the disabled. But obviously, it is not easy to start off a meditation program when you're sick and disabled, because you're dealing already with pain and worry and everything else. But if you have been a long-term constant practitioner, and if you are well versed in meditation, at this point, it will help you with pain and with stress and with everything else that you're dealing with in your illnesses and sicknesses. So if you have cultivated that habit of meditation, then lying down meditation can be done and would be of help and benefit to you. So next slide, please. Next slide. Yeah. So no, okay. Not this one, next one. Just the next slide. Yes, stop. Yeah. So my obviously, since I happened to be born into a Buddhist family and kind of grew up as a Buddhist and continue to remain a Buddhist, most of my knowledge comes through the Buddhist practices. And particularly as taught by the Buddha, he thought what was called anapanasati, or the mindfulness of breathing, which we use in all of these other practices too. But it is the practice of really a concentration meditation. And it is more of a complex subject, and it is mainly for those who practice Buddhism, and it is a path to a certain like aspiration and so on. So I'm not going to get into it at all too much, except to say a couple of things about it, few things. One's own breath was used as the focus point for concentration, as this is what is with you as long as you are alive, and it is available to you at any time, any place. You don't need other external paraphernalia, such as lights or sounds or anything else. So that's why the breath was chosen. And in this breathing meditation, the practice ideally, again, it depends on what level you may be at. So for starters, you think about your incoming breath, and you can focus on your abdomen or your chest as it rises and falls. Ideally, you have to focus at the point at which the air enters and leaves your nostrils. And while this sounds easy and the technique sounds obviously very simple, if you try it, it's very difficult to even maintain your attention 100% on this one point focus on the incoming and outgoing breath for more than a few seconds at the beginning. So it's a difficult thing to do without a lot of practice. And actually, in the Buddha's time, this was thought of as sati, which is memory. So it is like a concentration, the memory or the brain is involved in this very much. And ideally, most of this practice is carried on to the proper extent by the non-secular sort of religious people. For lay people, it is not as easy. Okay. So a great deal of concentration is required in this one. And you will, if you try to do it, you'll find how your mind jumps around, all the time, chasing something or the other. Okay, next slide. Okay, so some of the conditions that are helpful are obviously a quiet place with no distractions. And if possible, try to leave some of the baggage that you carry behind somewhere. Like they say, if you only feel the weight of a rock if you're carrying it, you just put it down and then you don't feel the weight anymore. This kind of thing, if you think about and try to get rid of thoughts a little bit before you sit down even. And then you need to have some degree of motivation and some idea that meditation may actually be of benefit to you. And the other important thing, I think, is not to expect like instant benefit or results, or think about results and goals too much, just to sit down and just to breathe. and see where it leads you. Because if you expect instant benefit, it's going to lead you to like almost instant disappointment with the practice. Okay, next slide. So benefits, I mean, there are zillions that, of benefits that are now people are coming to think about. Primarily for lay people, it is like self-awareness, getting to know your own mind. As I said before, the amount of anger, delusion, hatred, whatever, needing, wanting, clinging that we have in our own minds, and trying to get rid of some of that. And it helps you to stay in the present moment, letting go of past and future, and therefore being able to be mindful even in your daily tasks, and truly being in the present, not worrying and not planning and not regretting as much. The health benefits are immense nowadays. Lots of health workers, doctors are getting involved and saying, it has benefits on the immune system, the blood pressure, your cholesterol, various things. It improves sleep, lowers chances of memory loss or Alzheimer's and dementias, and so helps in innumerable numbers of ways is the contemporary thinking for what we call contemporary meditation practice, which is not as intense, does not need to be as intense as the true samadhi practice, which was the one that was mostly taught by the Buddha, in addition to, of course, the metta and the vipassana, or the loving kindness and the insight meditation. So, like they say, effects are on depression, anxiety, and substance abuse, despair, fear, everything. And the other great benefit is that it is absolutely low cost. It has nowadays it has become more of a business in some sense, in with all the retreats that are done and so on. And but otherwise, all you need is yourself and your breath, and nothing else. So cost-wise, it's nothing to practice. Okay, next slide. So some of the scientific studies have focused on the fact that it decreases activity in the amygdala and increases regional gray matter in the frontal cortex, in the hippocampus, and in the cingulate cortex. So these are supposed to be these are actually scientific studies that were done. Having said that, I have to say that it is really difficult to do large cohorts of scientific studies for this, because you need a group of practitioners, a large enough group, who actually do the concentration or the samadhi or the vipassana meditation. And these are usually only found like among Tibetan monks and so on. So to actually study this in a great deal is not easy, but going forward, I think there will even be more studies done to show benefits in the actual brain matter itself. Mind being different and brain being the actual anatomical, physical material. So that is going on even as we speak. And then just for me, myself, I started this actually about 25. Okay, one more slide, I think, if I can just. Okay. So to give some degree of credence to Matt's selection for the topic, my only input is that in COVID-19 times, especially, wearing masks, hand washing, social distances, helping wherever help is needed, are all mindful acts. And that will keep every one of us safe. And thanks for your time, but I do have a few more things to say. I have one more slide, Maruf, I think, references. And here, these are some of the references that if anyone is interested, they can look into. These are the scientific data references, the effects on your mind and so on your brain, sorry, and the effects on the brain and health and stuff like that. So for myself personally, I started this about nearly 26 years ago. And gradually I kind of increased to like try to do half an hour to 1 hour a day. And it includes all types of the practices, not necessarily only the concentration. So it's the metta and the vipassana and the concentration, depending on whatever is going on, whether I'm listening to the talks or whether I'm doing this on my own. And so that's what I have been kind of doing. And also walking, of course, outside, that's just a mindfulness thing. And the benefits to me have been, what I have realized a little bit is that not a great deal, but I seem to have a little more equanimity. I don't go so much with the highs and the lows. I try to respond instead of reacting to whatever situation arises. I seem to have a little more empathy and a little more acceptance of whatever comes my way. And when I do get really upset about social injustices, political systems, etc., I try to think that whatever action I take should be made thinking of the injustice, primarily the injustice, and primarily of any benefits my actions might have to the victims of the injustices, and not out of anger um, or revenge to the perpetrators of these social injustices, or for purposes of like self-righteousness and like sort of quote me in quote thoughts. So thinking more of the victim and of the actual injustice itself is helpful, not to be angry as much, and to be more productive in that sense, because you're thinking more calmly and sensibly. I think everyone has heard that anger is like you first have to hold that, if like hot coal in your hand before you throw it at somebody else, and so invariably you burn yourself. So I think that's about all in terms of the benefits that I have had today. And once again, so sorry for the delay and all the computer mess up. And I think that concludes my thought. And I do have to say thank you to my daughter-in-law and to Maruf. I made the slides, but my daughter-in-law put in all the beautiful pictures. So Leah is the one who put in all those really very nice pictures on the side. And Maruf, of course, had a practice session with me last night and spent a lot of time working this through. And last night, everything worked beautifully. So anyway, thank you, everyone. Thanks for listening.
Thank you, Saro.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Saro. It worked beautifully today too. Yeah. So anyone has any comments or questions?
Yeah, I just a quick question to Saro. This is Banda here. Saro, I'm sure Nihal benefits a lot by your meditation, but does he meditate as well?
No, and I'm like, one of the things about metta meditation, Banda, actually, it is so much easier to give it to people far away in Africa and India and all the poor people who are suffering around the world than to those closest and nearest and dearest to you. So, an honest admission is, I don't know how much Nihal benefits, but like I said, it's really easy to say, okay, everyone in Africa, we send all good thoughts to you, be safe, be well, be everything. And then someone pushes a button, closest and dearest to you, and you have a very hard time controlling all the thoughts that arise, the negative thoughts that arise, shall I put it mildly. So it's a constant practice, and I don't know in this lifetime, but anyway, just trying at the moment.
I
And
disagree. I disagree with you, Saro. I think if you have a wife who is quiet and meditating peacefully, not giving trouble to the husband, I think it's a great asset, not only to your mind, but to your husband's mind as well. So I
Asset,
think
asset to the husband or the
benefits
wife?
are multiple.
I won't even bring Nihal here because he might have a different thought altogether. I certainly have seen the benefits myself. That I can vouch for that part. Um,
I'm
about
sorry, I'm only joking, but I think
yeah,
most Buddhists believe that having mindfulness is going to be of help not only in everyday life but in the life to come as well. So I think it's a very good thing if you can find the time and the energy and the need to do meditation on a regular basis.
So Saro, I think the peacefulness and the calmness and the serenity you exhibit, Saro. When I met you in Jaffna, I thought you were very nice and calm and very relaxed and on par. That's I must say that seriously. But on the other hand, I want to the how often do you do it? How many minutes do you do it? And
actually, almost on a daily basis, I've been, you know, for many of us, there is some kind of sort of a triggering point sometimes. And for me, it was when we lost our son, actually. You know, although I went to a Buddhist, 99.9% Buddhist Sinhalese school, Visakha, you know, whatever they said just passed through from one ear to the other. And it was only like about, 27 years now ago that this sort of this triggering event occurred to me. And I started going for meditation retreats, long term, 2 weeks, 10 days, and so on, at IMS, the Barry Center, Bante Gundratnas in Virginia. And so that's how I got into it. And so many folks, you need a sort of a triggering event sometimes to really get started. It's very few who otherwise engage in it. So from that time onwards, almost I've been doing it at some level, uh, to some degree. In these recent days, from these COVID times, it's pretty intense now because we have a lot of time, and also there are a lot of um, talks and sessions going on that I participate in and join in. So it has intensified over these during these COVID times. But in some way or the other, for the past almost 25, 26 years, eh, it's been on my mind and going on.
Thoreau in London, there is a temple in Hemel Hempstead which conducts meditation on a resident basis for a week or 5 days to 7 days or something.
Yeah,
and it has become very, very popular, so much so that unless you ring them in advance to book a place, you won't get one. And there are a lot of non-Buddhist people. I have a very close relation of mine as well, who makes it a point to apply for a place every year and go and stay there, get up early morning and follow all the things that they are supposed to do, get up at 4 o'clock or whatever it is and start meditating and all that. So people, I think, have come to realize that this sort of thing give them good advantages in their daily life matters.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've been there. I've been there a couple of times, and it's a very serene environment. Very unlike some of our usual Buddhist temples, very simply done. I was there one time for a dane, a meal, and all their meal was just this pot of rice, three vegetables, and something which is I was really struck because the way we do things in Sri Lanka with, you know, I don't know, 1,000 curries and whatever, just negates from all that simplicity. So yeah, it's a very impressive place. It's run by, I think it's Ajahn Amaro who's there now, who's the head monk, I think. So yeah, going to these retreats and being there actually, it was very helpful to me to get a good start on it, because no matter how much you try to do it at home on your own, it's not as easy. So being with that group and getting the energy from everybody else to some degree is a useful thing.
Any, we have any go ahead, Narada. Yeah, any questions,
Yeah,
comments? Yeah.
Saro, I have two things to ask you. What is the relationship between Abhidhamma and meditation, number one? And the second thing is, what is the function of the amygdala?
The amygdala is like the anxiety, stress, supposedly thing. So
Causing.
Yeah, it's where all that. I think if there are
Stimulated.
psychologists, they'll know better. But so it decreases that kind of activity in the amygdala, and increases like the gray matter supposedly in these
More
other
control.
areas, frontal cortical. And Abhidhamma, Narada, actually, the Tripitaka is different. The Abhidhamma, there is some controversy as to whether it existed actually in the Buddha's time or was added on later, and it's sort of the Buddhist psychology. So
So there is no connection between those two.
Between what and
between meditation and the Abhidhamma.
well, yeah, the connection would be that the Abhidhamma is really the Buddhist, what you refer to as Buddhist psychology. So yeah, so meditation would help with
okay.
so on if you are thinking that way. But Abhidhamma is a later, not with the Tripitaka, which the three baskets as they call it. So it's a later thing that came on, and there is some controversy as to whether it, who and how and why, how it came about. So actually another thing point I want to mention is that curiosity is kind of important for these things, because if you really have ifs and buts and who and what and why, then you chase after these things and want to learn. And so while curiosity kills the cat, but sometimes some degree of it is necessary if you really want to pursue things and learn.
Yeah, that's important in questioning. And I think I'm amazed at the amount of commonality between all religions, all human religions. And I think Christianity, Islam, of course, has the almost same thing, because once I went to a rest house in Dambulla, and then I found English version, Japanese I put on Buddhism. I read it, it sounds like Quran. Exactly. So I was thinking what difference there is, because there's a lot of common things, and most of the things that you said applies absolutely, excepting in the prayers, for example, we establish ourselves God, and God is somebody to make you feel that you are so humble, you're so simple. And that is one thing, and all explaining the various things of nature. So the so-called nature, some people call it nature. And the same thing in Christianity, in Islam, in Buddhism, and in Hinduism. These are the four major religions in the world, and all of them have a lot of philosophical commonalities that we can appreciate very much. Now, in the Islamic prayers, for example, early morning when you wake up, before you go to sleep, in between a certain points, so you cuts up the day and makes it less stressful. That's a very interesting thing, and it doesn't take much of a time for you to make a prayer. A prayer that we do is for about 5 minutes, and in that 5 minutes, you just calm yourself down. As you said, lots of thoughts come to your mind. You start praying, oh, did I switch off the kettle or something like that? All thoughts will come, but bringing it together, it's a beautiful thing. And your guidance in this sort of using it on a personal basis is fantastic.
Yeah, I just want to say one thing. I think, basically, to me anyway, the way I kind of thought about this thing was in our lives, the way we live our lives in our present situation, every religion just about has the same sense of values, morals, blah, blah, blah.
Exactly.
And the differences are where we came from and where are we going. So the theistic religions obviously have the creator, God, and heaven, and so on and so forth. And the non-theistic, such as Buddhism, has a different approach. Buddha actually never addressed this question.
Nirvana?
in the sense of where we came or went from, except to say that there is a sort of a stream of consciousness that passes off, like sort of an electric current that you don't see, just to give it in a very basic way. It's much more complex, obviously. So I think that, and where the leap of faith comes is, where did you come from and where are you going? So that mostly is sort of a leap of faith, even for Buddhists. You believe in rebirth, which sometimes I am questioning a little bit. I'm a little bit agnostic on that. And where did you come from? Obviously, I am a believer of evolution, sort of. And I think the human being is still, and the brain is still evolving, to the point that we might become nothing but specks in the air. I really don't know. But so I think that the leap of faith comes where, like I said before, to repeat it again, where you came from and where you're going. Really matters. Where it really matters, I think almost all religions have the same values and preach the same, level of morality and whatever, compassion, everything else.
What is nirvana? Nirvana is.
In that sense, I think the arguments about this kind of thing is really not worthwhile. You should just leave it alone and live your life and let people believe whatever they want to believe in terms of whatever, where you came from or where you're going, or how best you connect with your own beliefs and self. I'm sorry, what was that?
Nirvana.
Nirvana is a term. It's not a place. It is supposedly.
It's a state of mind, state of your soul where it reaches. And in Islam they call it Jannah, which is the paradise. And they say in Islam we think there are two lives. This is one life that we are tested on. The other life is where you achieve something that you like, nirvana.
Yeah, we have to. I mean, we can go on talking, and maybe we have one session going into the depths and the different levels that Saro has just taken us, and
I think it's a very good, excellent.
Shown us the thing, but we can go on because we have a magic show. But Saro, it was really, really, really good, and we have to think a little more about it, and even on a practical basis, on a day-to-day basis, how to use it, how to help with concentration and so on is something maybe we have to focus, have another session on it. And
amazing thing is she's a professional. I think within 2-3 days she's set up everything.
Well, she's practiced for 27 years. She's just telling what she did.
But truly, I had given up on this because I thought, okay, we are not doing this. We are doing some interreligious something, and I'm not getting involved in that. And then Maruf calls me 2 nights before and says, Saro, do you have the slides ready? And I said, Maruf, I sent you 2 emails. I sent you this, that, and the other. I didn't hear from you. But anyway, I kind of buckled down to it. And like I said, my daughter-in-law was so helpful with the pictures and everything. And so we got it together and it's done.
Wonderful. That's very nice. Very nice. But we can have such discussions going forward. But we have to now turn it over to a magician.
He's waiting.
that is our main. Yeah. So Lawrence is now, see, Saro told us how everything is impermanent. What you see, you don't believe. The same thing
delusion.
Illusion. That, what you see, they say in quantum physics, when you observe something, by the time you say observe it, is changed. So you never say, see what you see is not what is there the moment you stop seeing. So in that context, Lawrence is going to tell us that nothing is right, nothing is real, right? Everything is magic. Okay, Lawrence, you're on.
One last thing. I think Saro doesn't mind sharing these slides. So I have given the link. So anyone wants to watch it again, you can watch it.
Thank you.
Okay, it's on the announcement that I sent. It is I sent a PowerPoint presentation. So at the end, there's a link. You click on that, you'll get Saro's the presentation. Now, I think, can I suggest to all of you, go to view and make it speaker view so that when magic is happening, you can see him in full picture.
Yes.
Okay, can you see me and hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm okay. That's not the version I've got on my screen. Okay. I was explaining to my granddaughter, age 13, that atoms were 99% space. There were little particles running around. And she said, in that case, how can you have a solid if everything is space? So I thought I'd explain it to her using rubber bands, because rubber depends on its capacity to stretch, yes?
Yes.
So if you take rubber bands and you rub them together, they will pass one through the other. Oops, no. Let's try it. It's not it's quite difficult to get it right. Oops. Let's see. Science is difficult. Right, let me try. Right. See, but the important thing is to persevere. You can get rubber particles to pass through one another.
Yeah.
And you see, once it's done, you can do it. All right. Now, a little bit of, and these are normal rubber bands. Sorry, I didn't show them to you. Okay. For those who didn't see it the first time, who thought it was something strange, just in case you thought these weren't ordinary rubber bands. Okay, there you are. Okay, so you can link it together, and there's nothing. There's no cut in it or anything that you can do to a rubber band that will stop it stretching. So that's how I explain space. Okay, now I want to show you. I've got a pen. Now that's perfectly solid, and I want to show you a British 10-pound note. Okay, it's genuine. You can see that. Okay, has anybody here been stabbed?
Have been what?
Been stabbed. Have you ever been stabbed?
No.
Stabbed.
Almost.
Ever are stabbed or see a stabbed victim? And I'm going to stab this note. And I want you to be clear that there's no trickery involved. I have stabbed the note. Okay? All right. Fair enough. I put on a high-resolution camera to show this.
And you stabbed the queen.
Okay. Now, this is a crime. You can't deface the queen's notes. Now, the medical message is, if you're ever stabbed, never pull it straight out, because you will make the wound worse. Okay, and this is a perfectly solid knife, and that is your note. Okay, and it is 100% genuine. Okay. So anyway, you've learned some surgery today, I hope.
Lawrence, I think the camera has to be, we are only seeing your
Yes, I'm trying to show you. I'm trying to show you the magic bit.
Okay, all right.
Let him do it
All right.
the way he knows he's aware.
Okay, now normally I would ask you to take a card, okay? But I can't do that because you're all far away. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to deal from the bottom of the deck.
I'm sorry about the
At any time. Who's going to do this? Who wants an eye test? Maruf?
Yeah.
You want an eye test?
Yes.
Narada has the best eyes. He's the youngest looking guy.
Narada, okay. Narada, eye test. Okay.
He was born today.
Narada
was born today, so he's the youngest.
Narada, just say stop at any time. Just say stop sometime.
Thanks, bye.
Just shout.
Mr. Pluto. Come here, Mr. Pluto.
Hey, Narada, respond.
Just tell me to stop dealing.
Okay, stop.
Okay, all right. Can you see this card?
Yes.
Don't name it. Okay?
Right.
All right. Now, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to take 4 cards. Okay, now Narada, you're the man having the test. That's the Jack of Spades, the Jack of Clubs, the Jack of Hearts, and the Jack of Diamonds. Yes?
Diamond.
Now,
Yes.
one of those cards was face down. Which one was face down?
Jack of Hearts.
Jack of Hearts is face up, Jack of Diamonds to the Jack of Spades. Did you see that? Okay.
Yes.
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 Which one was face down, Narada? The Jack of Spades was face up. It was the Jack
doing
of
a mini mental test on it.
All right, so Jack of Hearts, the Jack of Hearts, it's now face up, and it's the Jack of Clubs that is face, which only leaves one card turned face down, and that's the Jack of Diamonds. So all the cards have turned face down. Yeah?
Yes.
Okay. What color was the back of the cards?
The back of the card was blue.
Red. Come on. Now, you haven't been watching.
It was red. It was red.
Red, okay.
Yes? You got that this time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. But this was a test. I have here one. I actually have here. I forgot. Okay. All right. Let's see. Okay. All right. I actually have here 4 Snellen cards. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 Snellen cards. Okay. Right. Pick any one of them now.
He's gone.
He's gone.
He's
right.
gone.
Maru, pick any one of them.
Any one of them. How do I differentiate between them?
2, 3, or 4. Which one do you want?
2.
This one. Okay. Can you cover one of your eyes and read the top letter?
One of my eyes and read the top letter. Is E.
Yes.
Yeah, she's gone out for a walk.
What's
When
the
she
top
comes,
letter?
tell her to call you.
Okay. Maru,
Yeah.
what's the top letter?
I'll tell her to call you.
E for elephant.
E for elephant. What was the name of the card you saw to start with?
2.
What was the card we started with? Okay, you can take your hand off. What was the card you saw at the start?
I think
What
all
was the name you chose from the deck when I was dealing to start with?
the second card.
My God, nobody can remember. Can you read the last line of this on this?
Okay, there.
Does it say 2 of clubs? Can you read that?
2 of clubs, yeah.
That's the card that is first.
Yeah, that's
What's
Okay.
that?
All right. Doing magic on Zoom is pretty difficult.
But you're doing well. You're doing well.
You're doing well.
I need 3 people. Okay. And this is okay. Who's coming on? Narada, you ran away. Now you
Any volunteers? Any volunteers?
Okay. I need 3 people with good memories.
Oh my goodness. Leave me out.
Okay, Vijay, Stanley. Stanley is one. I'll volunteer. Stanley, Benita.
I can't remember it.
Stanley, Benita.
No, Benita is half asleep.
No, I'm not. I'm listening.
Okay, this is a serious.
Okay, Benita.
Vicky, Vicky, Benita, and Stanley.
Okay, all right. All right, Karunian, as you know, I'm involved in researching new drugs and doing sort of complex analyses and double-blind studies. And one of them is you have to randomize people to different treatments.
Yeah.
Now we have to pay for a computer in Birmingham. When we get a patient, we have to pay to a computer which generates a random number. and we assign the treatment to that patient. And I thought, why do we have to pay for a computer in Birmingham? We can just take a deck of cards, write the numbers 1 to 52, and depending on what number of treatments, we could assign the treatment. Say if it was odd number, placebo, even number, if there are 5 arms to the study, numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, going on to 52. Just write it up, shuffle the deck, and whatever comes out. The problem is, if you're dealing with experienced physicians, they can actually work out whether the patient is on placebo or not. And I'm going to prove it to you. Karunian, what I've got is a deck of cards with the numbers written on the back 1 to 52, random.
Okay.
So what do you think I wrote on the back of the Queen of Clubs?
27.
Give me a number from 1 to 52.
27.
I'll give you a clue. I'll give you a clue. A low number. 1
low
to 52.
number.
Give me a number from 1 to 52.
27.
27. Very good. Now remember 27 and Queen of Clubs. Can you do that?
Yes, I think I can.
Okay.
I'll write it down.
All right. Benita.
Benita.
I'm going to give you the number I wrote, and I want you to guess what's on the front of the card. Give me any card from 1 to 52.
Any card or any number?
Card, 3 of diamonds. Don't say Queen of Clubs because you already have that. Any card you
All right,
like.
we give you 3 of diamonds.
3 of diamonds. You sure? You don't want to change your mind?
Yeah.
Okay. 3 of diamonds, number 30.
Let's stick to that.
Pardon?
We'll stick to the 3 of diamonds.
3 of diamonds, number 34. Can you remember that?
27.
Yes.
That's what you're saying I wrote on the back of that card. Yeah?
That's what you are saying.
Yes, I'm saying 34. You said 3 of diamonds. You could have said you could have said 9 of diamonds, 2 of diamonds. Okay. Right. Third person. Who's the third person? What do you think is on the back?
Stanley's going to do it.
Yeah. Okay. What's on the back of the 4 of hearts? Sorry, let me just check that. Yes, who's the person who's coming on?
Yeah, it's me.
Stanley, yeah. There you
Yeah, 4 of hearts. What number is on the back of it?
37.
37, you sure?
Very sure.
Okay. What number did you use? 4 of hearts, 37, yes?
Yes.
Okay. Yes, okay. All right. Karunian, what was your number? 27.
27.
Okay. 26, 20, that's 21, 22, 23, 24, 26, 27. Yes?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, what was your number? Stanley, what was your number?
37.
Benita.
37. Okay, 37. And what was your card, Benita? What did you say? What was the card you named for the number?
3 of diamonds, 34.
3 of diamonds, 34.
This
3
one,
of
right?
diamonds,
Oh,
34.
have it had.
Okay.
Yeah, magic show, yeah.
All right. Now, I said doctors are intuitive. They can guess. Okay. Right. Now, you said 4 of hearts, 27, 4 of hearts.
No. 27 did not say 4 of hearts.
Your mind's crossed because on the back of 4 of hearts, he got Karunian's number. So you are connected, Stanley, with Karunian. And on Karunian's number, we have 2 4 of hearts. Oh dear. All right. Okay. All right. So we got one error. We got one card right out of 52. But Benita, On 34, could have said any card under the sun. Okay, 1 to 52. What are the chances she guessed what I wrote on 34? What did you say your card was?
3 of diamonds, 34. Yeah.
Okay, so we got 2 out of 3, which is, as you, I mean, in any statistical equation, we will get something wrong, but we did get things right. Okay, thank you. That's it.
Come on.
Super.
Very good.
Thank you.
Very good. Thank you very much.
All right.
That's good.
Wonderful. Very good.
All right.
Okay.
Karnian.
Yeah. What is the next program? Do you have anything? You have said musical
Yes.
program.
I thought Grum wanted to tell something about meditation. Didn't he
Yeah.
ask?
No, next time I think.
Yeah, I think we'll have Milroy next time giving meditation. I
Yeah,
think.
simpler version for the common man.
Okay, no, that's wonderful. No,
Common man.
Milroy is also a great prevention guy. You can also maybe expand into telling us how we can remain healthy at this age, right?
Prevention.
Yeah, well, you were into that a lot. Banda is putting the flamingos. Yeah. Huh?
Banda?
But I don't mind when they come. Yeah. Okay. So,
Tambi used to say, prevention is better than cure.
Cure is pathology.
I hope pizza is around the place, is it?
That's what Sam is supposed to do now. Tell some jokes.
No, I can't. I'll think of some jokes next time.
Yeah, but Sam, we are making you officially the
stand-up joke.
the morality elevator of the group by all your nice stories.
Whatever I come across, I shall send it to you all.
Yeah, please.
Where are you? In Sri Lanka? Sam, where are you?
Me, I'm back in England.
Are you in England? Oh, okay.
I came back about 6 weeks ago. I came on one of these cargo flights.
Were you in the hold?
Sorry?
Were you in the hold, Sam?
No, they were carrying some passengers because nowadays they seem to be carrying a lot of cargo by air because shipping is supposed to be somewhat unreliable and it takes long. So there are 2 or 3 flights on Sri Lankan Airlines carrying mainly cargo.
What type of cargo is that?
You had cargos in between you?
Mainly tea that is being sent to
He's
you.
a cargo himself.
So I came on one of those flights.
Is the charges, is the flight fares cheaper or same?
Well, about the same. Well, about the same.
About the same.
Shatrugnan, Karni, you told Bobby about his son presenting something in January.
Yeah, no, I will talk to him. I'll talk to Bobby. Yeah. So,
okay, Karnian, you are supposed to tell us some karaoke songs for you, all of us to sing.
No, I know. Sarojini was told 2 days prior to it saying, where is the slide? I didn't know that I was going to do a musical event or something. So I just read it. I just read it in the morning. So that is Maru's organizational strategies. So the only thing I can do is if you want me to sing, I'll sing, but you'll be all gone if you do that. So
no, that's all right. What do you want to sing? And I can display it for you on YouTube.
So the magical moment is done. Then musical revelations.
Okay.
And humanitarian dream. No, I think we'll just, I can't sing. What music you have to organize a little?
No, sir.
You want to sing?
No, I'll put up a video.
Do you want to sing? Maru is looking for singers.
Yeah, please, nobody should sing. I want to sleep.
Silence is golden, Karni.
Huh?
Silence is golden.
Okay, all right. We'll all meditate, I think. Yeah. So Maru, we had to plan a little earlier than that program. but we will skip the musical thing. We've had a lot of thoughts and
Not skip. We'll have it next time then.
okay,
Yeah.
okay, yeah.
Karaoke.
Who, can
December
someone?
26th. Sorry, December 26th. Are you going to have a meeting?
No, that will be tough.
So
Maybe.
tell me the date.
Last
I'm just-
last Saturday on the year is day after Christmas.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yes, that's the last Saturday.
Our time here is now, today is 1 o'clock. Usually it used to be at 12 or 11 o'clock. It has moved
11
now to
o'clock.
1
It was
AM.
11 o'clock. It's 2 hours behind. Don
No,
Banda
I
is.
am- 1 AM.
We'll have to sit and rotate the times because you can't ask Manda to get up and play.
Can we say 5 o'clock next time in Los Angeles?
Sandy,
Better. Then
DJ,
it's easier for us.
Fine with me.
fine with that.
Karen,
How about you, Sandy? Sandy, you okay?
Fine, yes.
Yeah, Milroy is fine. Yeah, we'll do it, Maru. We can do it.
Okay, okay. The date.
The 26th is the day after Christmas. How many of you want to get on that?
Just say hello, happy Christmas, and it's a Christmas event.
Not the 26th, please.
Yeah.
No, I can't make it.
Boxing Day.
Or maybe the day before the New Year.
31st night.
Not 31st night. You want to do it 29th?
29th, yes.
Yeah, 29th.
Something like the 30th would be better.
Okay, 30th.
Okay.
Yeah.
30th.
Banda, 30th to you will be 31st to you.
I am talking 30th for me.
Okay.
That's 29. That is 29.
29. Okay.
Hey, Karunian,
Yeah.
before signing off, can I give you a bit of information about the vaccine, COVID vaccine, etc.?
Yeah.
Please do. Please
That's
do.
very
Much
good.
welcome. Very good.
Listen.
It's just speculation at the moment, but if you've been reading the literature, you'll read about the cytokine storm. Have you read about the cytokine storm?
Yes. I heard about it. Yeah.
Patients who have died due to COVID have shown this cytokine storm. In fact, some of the people who studied this say that it's more than a storm, it's almost a cyclone that they are getting. And that's the body's reaction to any invasion. The cytokines are formed, but they are formed in excess. Now, nobody has proof of this, but the speculation is that if you take the flu vaccine, they've also seen the cytokine storm with the flu vaccine. So if you're going to get the COVID vaccine soon, as some countries will, the advice is not to take the flu vaccine around the same time, because both vaccines together may produce a cytokine storm, and that could be a bit dangerous for people. So this is useful knowledge, although nobody can be sure because the COVID vaccine is not available yet. Especially now, this season, New Zealand, for example, we didn't have any cases of flu. So the flu vaccine uptake rates are extremely low. I didn't take it myself, and I normally take it every year. So you just have to think about this. Maybe it might be better if in your country the flu incidence is low, it may be best to not take the vaccine and just wait for the COVID vaccine. Any thoughts on that? Anybody?
Yeah, so I have a question, Banda. Okay,
Yeah.
two independent questions. On a practical note, and I'm asking because, recently a very, very close friend of ours, Vijay Stanley knows him and Milroy knows him. He passed away.
Yeah.
And he passed away because in the underlying condition of autoimmunity as manifested by sarcoidosis, he took a flu vaccine. And but that's coincident or not, I don't know. But subsequent to that, he had tremendously very aggressive autoimmune warm body anemia, hemolytic anemia that could not be controlled, and he just had a immune storm sort of thing, and even blood to transfuse was difficult for him. So there was some speculation that the autoimmune storm was created by challenging the autoimmune in this particular situation by the flu vaccine. So my question, that general question arises, I took the flu vaccine, I was fine. But the general question that arises is does flu vaccine per se, forget COVID, does flu vaccine per se have an incidence of this immune excess uncontrolled immune response?
Cytokine storm was also known for the flu vaccine. It's very rare. It's not all that common. But this guy you're referring to, has he taken the flu vaccine before, or was it the first time?
Yes, he's taken routinely. He's taken flu vaccine before.
Every year he has taken, and this time he had a reaction.
Yeah. I don't know why the causality. I was just wondering why should suddenly autoimmune or hemolytic anemia be stimulated? Of course, it can happen without the vaccine. So, but is there causality? Is there anything related that, as you say, you are advising people not to take the flu vaccine, right?
That's right. The chances are that his immune system was challenged by something else at the same time as taking the flu vaccine. So you get that sort of reaction, combined reaction, and that can result in, I mean, I'm no expert in this. I'm just, speculating mainly. Yep.
But for all of us, do you think flu vaccine is negative?
No, he said not to take together. But what is the interval that you?
What is the interval?
What is the interval? What is the interval if we had to take?
Interval. I don't know what the interval is, but maybe at least 2 or 3 months apart. Maybe safer.
Sometimes waiting for it, if the flu vaccine is during that season, they say government advises you to take it. You have taken it and the vaccine comes. And they say all the fellows with predisposition conditions, please take. Then you can't say I'm taking it 2 months later. You may never get one afterwards.
That's true. Yeah, true.
Yep. See, but this time with all the masking, the incidence of flu has come down tremendously.
Very low. Yeah.
Very low. So the masking
are they not counting it?
What's that?
Are they not counting it, or they're focusing on?
No. It's incidence, respiratory infection all over is down.
Yes, that's because of the
mask.
Don, what are the differences between the two vaccines from Oxford and the other one that is
the Pfizer?
The Pfizer mRNA, and the third one, I don't know what it is.
The Moderna.
The Moderna and Pfizer are both mRNA.
Okay.
And Oxford is a adenovirus. Banda may be able to.
The main difference is also with the cost. The cost is quite different for those 3 vaccines. And the Pfizer and the other one, Moderna, they are very expensive, basically. Not many of the countries can afford those vaccines.
Most countries will go with AstraZeneca for the simple reason that AstraZeneca can be transported at easily. No temperature requirement. Moderna and Pfizer require transportation at
minus 94.
Minus 70 degrees.
Banda, I have a question for you. What would you advise? Now the vaccine is likely to be available in UK, I'm told, in the next 2 to 3 weeks' time.
Yep.
What advice would you give us? Should we watch the situation for a while before taking the vaccine? Because I'm now just over 80 and I will be called upon, I'm sure, by end of December. What is your advice? Watch it for another month or 2 before taking the vaccine.
That's what I'm going to do, Sam. I'm going to just watch the scene, but make sure that you don't watch it for too long, because the vaccine then might not be available to you. There'll be a period when they offer people who are over 80, who are like diabetics like me, and we got to take it and also look at the safety of the vaccine as well. The cost is something that, we should be able to, we are fortunate enough to manage that.
I thought governments were going to give it free.
Yeah, the cost in UK, the cost is not an issue because everyone given the vaccine free.
It's free. The COVID one is going to be free.
Oh, that's good. I didn't know that. Yeah, that's great.
Yes, it's free.
What about the
But
Chinese?
still the government has to pay for it, no?
Yeah, government.
Matter at the moment. What about the Chinese vaccine that the Sri Lanka is now trying to get it?
No, they are not getting it.
I got
They are given up.
I thought the rest of the Sri Lanka will be sold for that.
Sri Lanka.
Ranjit, what is the situation in Sri Lanka? Do you have it or you don't have it?
Karnian, I heard that I got some information. Sri Lanka will not be getting the vaccine until late 2021.
Yeah.
That's
Why? No money.
No money.
But
they have to pay for. They are getting a lot of money.
I thought they had already signed the agreement with China to collect the vaccine. Isn't that the news?
I don't know.
No, they have withdrawn the contract.
No, this is from the vaccine authority in Sri Lanka. I had a communique to say that we should not expect the vaccine in Sri Lanka until late 2021.
So what is the state of the transmission? Is it, is it controlled in Sri Lanka or is it?
No.
Sri Lanka, Karunian, there are about 500, roughly 500 cases a day. But the testing, Sri Lanka only has tested 2% of the population. So they have tested and found 500 cases. The true number could be 10 times that. Because they are unable to, it's cost for them to be testing everybody. Now, for instance,
the capacity to test.
They tested virtually the entire population. They found that 1 in 100 people are roughly positive here. But if you look at Sri Lanka, then you are looking at several thousand cases a day. But the true figure that they show is about 500. That's only the people who have been tested. But as I said, only 2% of the population has been tested so far.
That's antigenic positive.
Sorry?
Not the disease, antigen positive.
Yeah, the PCR, that's the
antigen. They are testing for the antigen.
Yeah. PCR technically tests for the genetic material.
Genetic material.
That's a little different from antigen. The PCR, even if you have a genetic material that is not infective, so long as the gene is there, the PCR amplifies it and tests for it. So PCR correlates less with infection than with the antigen test. So there's a second test, which is an antigen antibody test. Now that test has a lot of false negatives, but if you want to correlate of who is infective, the antibody test, the antigen test is more correlates with infectivity than the PCR test. Because the PCR test picks up little scraps of genetic material.
Even dead viruses.
It's a test for the virus, even dead virus or something like that.
Banda, I have a question. Banda, if we have a choice, would you suggest that we take the AstraZeneca vaccine or the Pfizer one? The AstraZeneca is a normal type of vaccine, like flu vaccine, where the whole virus is modified and given. Whereas the Pfizer and Moderna vaccines are genetically modified vaccines. And there is a lot of publicity against those two. So which one would you suggest if we have a choice? Because in England, I think we are going to have a choice.
This mRNA vaccine can be produced quite rapidly, because the other one, the earlier one, the antigen is introduced from outside, you see, from the thing, and the body responds with antibody. Here you make the body to produce the antigenic same thing, but you found in the virus. And then the body puts out the antigen within itself. So it's linked to the mRNA. mRNA virus is normally, if they are linked to DNA, not mRNA. This mRNA virus is very easy to produce. That's why it's rapidity. The rapidity, the advantage is that it can be rapidly produced.
See, Narada, in answer to your question, the AstraZeneca and the Pfizer and the Moderna vaccine, the methodology is new. It has never been tried before.
But they are tried for other things, not for...
No. Methodology is not new.
It's a cancer immunotherapy. For cancer
immunotherapy. There aren't vaccines produced from the mRNA prior to this.
Yes, they are produced from the mRNA against oncogenic viruses against cancer.
Yeah, for cancer treatments.
Okay. I stand corrected. But But the other one, the AstraZeneca, is a traditional vaccine.
Traditional vaccine.
They say that both are effective. If you get the second dose in the AstraZeneca, it's an adenovirus that they have. They take an adenovirus and modify it in some form or fashion, similar to what they did with Ebola and the SARS-2. So they have experience on that front. And they say that it is effective after the second dose. But all are claiming about 90% effectivity. And side effects, AstraZeneca had a couple of bad side effects. And they stopped it. So we don't know. It's not
So
going
can we mix up the two vaccines, the two doses?
I
One
don't
way
know.
from one person and the other one from the other one.
Yeah, that's unsafe, I think.
You're taking too much of a risk.
Yeah, can I suggest that Banda does some studies for us at the next meeting? I don't think any one of us would have taken the vaccine by then. Try and give us a talk on, because some of these vaccines may be out by then, by late December. Would you be able to give us a talk on the vaccines and give us some advice so that we can take it upon, it might
Sam,
be.
I could try, but I'm unlikely to be a participant for the December meeting. I'm out of the country for.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, but that will be a big responsibility on Banda,
Yeah, I know.
Banda can do it. I mean, that's how.
But
If
you are, Banda, you are anywhere in the world, you can join.
You can do the Karunian. You might do the vaccine talk.
No. I think you are the man. If we had all followed Banda's example and lived by ourselves, we would not have the.
Can I ask Banda, when can you do it?
I can try for the January meeting. I'm not sure about December meeting. I may not be here.
But then you suggested the 30th of December.
But that January meeting, it might be too late for some people. No?
Yeah, that's the point. So, Banda, let me ask you a question. What is the day that you can give the talk? Because we can change the meeting date.
Oh, Karunian, you're putting me on a spot here. I'm no expert on this. I think it's got to be someone who's well versed in vaccines. I just pick up snippets here and there.
Banda, but you gave us a date on 30th. Because we said 29th and you said 30th and we fitted it in.
Yeah, I just suggested 30th, but it doesn't mean that I'm going to be available.
Banda, the fact is, no one is an expert on vaccine here. We all have to read and to absorb.
I think we'll have a general put it to everyone and
Okay, we'll talk about vaccine and taking vaccine now. But someone read the information.
Next meeting. And
Benita, can you do that?
I'll try to join from wherever in the world it is.
Sure.
And I'm also telling you, 29th is a Tuesday. Is that all right for you all?
That doesn't matter. Work anymore.
We are all retired.
Tuesday is fine. That's fine. That's fine.
No. But once we fix the time, I think we should be able to have a 2 hours meeting from about.
My suggestion is that we will have any volunteers who will study it and present it for the 29th.
Vikramachandran.
Someone who, Mickey, can you do it?
Because it's a Jaffna girl.
Maruf,
Sri Lanka who
Maruf, hang on. Middle East is using the Chinese vaccine, isn't it?
I don't know.
Your place. One of the royalties took that vaccine.
No, let me check it.
Chinese vaccine.
Okay.
Aruf, can you, outside the 1966 SLIMO group, would you be able to think of somebody who might be able to give us all the talk on it?
Okay.
That's a wonderful idea. I think let's plan this way. The December talk will be on vaccine, particularly specific to the wisdom of us taking it and so on, and more also information. And we'll find someone if you can. If not, let's read and share the information we read. But I would like to have one lead person. If we find an outside expert, we'll use him. If we can't find the outside expert, we'll have one person to lead he or she has to study the data and the information in a serious manner and present it. And let's give Banda, and Banda can supplement it in the next talk in January, because there'll be information will be evolving. It won't be once at a time. So, any volunteers?
I'm volunteering you, Karnian.
No, I think we'll just have some preliminary talk. We'll have discussion.
Is there no immunologist amongst us?
We can find an immunologist. We'll look around and find the immunologist.
I think all of us look for one immunologist, and I'll try to find one.
Okay, and we'll be in communication. If in the absence of it, I'll read whatever I can and transmit it. But it's got to be someone who knows more. But that's number one. Number two is Bobby's son. When do you want him? You want him in January or February? But January.
Ask him and let us know at the next meeting. So next meeting is just a general discussion on vaccine and COVID management in the end of 2020. The date is
and Trump leaving the White House.
Okay, we didn't talk about that. I hope he will have left by then.
No, that will be in January.
Saro said only good thoughts. Okay. Leaving the White House is good thoughts, huh?
You can't find a better thought.
Yeah, I'm also looking for any humorous terms or words or whatever that you've come across in relation to COVID in your readings, and maybe we can inform each other. I'll start with just one word I came across recently, and that's COVID-idiot. C-O-V, idiot, one word. And that applies to some of Trump's supporters. But
I came across something called Kunu COVID. Listen, the date.
Saro, you are muted.
Can I get the date, please? Date is confirmed at 29 and 30th Tuesday.
Hold it. Saro is talking. Saro?
You're muted, Saro. Change your.
Can't hear.
No, only
now muted.
Saro, you are
Now
muted.
she's muted.
Unmute.
On the video.
She is unmuted now. Okay, Saro, can you talk?
She is talking.
She is talking. We can't hear.
Can't hear her. Her lips are moving.
Is your microphone on?
Yeah, microphone now is off.
She's not muted.
Now you're okay.
She's okay.
No, the yellow border has to come.
I know, yeah.
Now we can hear now. Oh.
How about now? No.
Yeah.
Remote from
we can hear you. We can hear you now.
We can hear you.
Talk
Saro.
a little loud.
Okay. I just want to know this word.
Sorry.
Yeah, is she talking, sir? Just a minute.
Sorry. Yeah. Go ahead, Saro.
In terms of like the distribution of the vaccine, what I had heard was that the Pfizer has to be kept in really cold conditions.
-94.
And
Minus 70, I heard. Okay.
Right. And the Moderna can be just refrigerated and also be kept outside for like 12 hours. So in terms of actually the practical method of like distribution and giving the vaccine between the Moderna and the Pfizer, the Moderna definitely would be more practical. So that is just my 2 cents worth on Moderna and Pfizer.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Okay. Milroy, can you do a little research on vaccines, Milroy?
Yeah, I'll try it.
So Milroy will do
But
meditation.
Stanley can do.
No, I was so busy.
No, Stanley works full time. You know that?
Yeah, I work full time.
Can I just ask one thing? -70 degrees, how the hell do you inject that? It will be so painful.
Yeah, that's the problem.
You'll be numb.
So painful, no? You know what I mean? So cold.
No, you warm it up to room temperature. It's transported at -70.
Yeah, storing.
But then you can't bring it to room temperature to give.
No.
That's okay. But only storing. Storing, you have to do it at
Keeping qualities.
Keeping
qualities.
Keeping, transport, many things.
But before you give it,
It's called keeping quality. The vaccine depends on the temperature, transport.
That's right. But when you take it out, and how long does it take before you give it?
You can
Put it in a hot
Say
water
that
bottle and
the
take.
Pfizer one can be kept for 3 days outside.
No,
Normal
the Pfizer
fridge.
one, not the Pfizer one. The Pfizer one is the one that
-70.
Yeah.
Yeah, Moderna at -30, whereas it can be kept on the room temperature for 1 day, where the Pfizer can be kept in the fridge for 3 days.
No. Pfizer is -70 or -90.
-94.
That
should be the
is
freezer.
storage and transport.
Correct, but then you had to
Storage
boil
and
it.
transport is -870.
Yeah,
It's just before giving, you can leave it at the room temperature.
Okay, someone has to do this research and tell us.
Okay, all right. Next meeting.
Karanian.
Okay, next meeting.
Can I ask a question from Banda?
Yeah, go
Can
ahead.
I ask Banda another question?
Sure, go ahead.
The cytokine storm, was it noted in any of the trials?
Just look up through Google. You'll find plenty of articles on the cytokine storm. But you won't, at least I couldn't find any articles that relate to the vaccine itself, the COVID vaccine. Flu vaccine, yes, plenty. But COVID vaccine, obvious reasons, because nobody has actually experienced it, no, except for those people who've been on the
But the
trial.
point is the phase 3 trial had 30,000 people.
Yep. So those results that I certainly haven't found anything pertaining to the cytokine storm from the vaccine trials, but I'm sure there'll be some people who've been looking at it and they'll be published very soon.
Because
it's worth keeping an
there
eye
was
on.
only one out of the 30,000 had some reaction or had some illness. They had to stop for a week before they restarted the trial. And it was not related to the vaccine.
That is AstraZeneca, right?
Yeah, you are right.
But you're talking the AstraZeneca, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's AstraZeneca.
Yeah.
Banda, I have a question for you. Somebody I know had the flu vaccine about a month ago. She said she had fever and muscle body aches and pains for 2 days. That kind of person, would it be safe, in your opinion, to have the this new COVID vaccine?
Depends, as I said, on the gap between the two vaccines. Now, when is it likely to be available, the COVID vaccine in England?
In England, it's likely to be available, I'm told, within the next 2 to 3 weeks.
By end of December, approximately.
That all depends on the authorization, no?
Yeah, I know, but they are going to give some emergency authorization. But the latest I heard is about 3 weeks from now. But somebody who had the vaccine, this lady had the flu vaccine about a month ago. And she said she had fever and she had body aches and pains for 2 days.
Yeah, that's fairly normal. You know, a lot of people get that. Not everyone. I mean, I've never got any reaction to it. But again, I would give 2 to 3 months gap.
I see.
Yep.
Won't the authorities give a guideline when it comes to see with this amount of data that is available? Will they say people who have had flu vaccine delay and take it? Will they give a guideline?
Difficult to say,
Nothing
Benita.
so far.
Yeah.
Because they already sent out a list of people who are going to have the first round of vaccines.
Yeah.
People who are working in nursing homes.
You got to be 85 years old.
No. All nursing home staff.
Of the patients.
This year got.
Healthcare workers, no health workers. Mainly.
Yeah.
The doctors are in the front line, so all of you will be there first.
The order in UK is that the healthcare workers and the people who are working in nursing homes and also people who care for people in nursing homes will
And
get
what about the retired doctors?
No, this is the order I'm telling you what is happening here. That's the first lot. Second lot
Because they already sent a list out.
Yeah, they have. Second list is
They
overtime.
already sent a list out to the nursing homes.
Yeah.
He didn't catch your joke, Benita.
I know. I got it.
Yeah, I'm
So-
going to ring off now.
Okay.
It's 5 o'clock in the morning.
Okay, all right.
guys.
So I think we'll
Okay.
those who want to chat can
See you
chat.
guys next
But again,
time.
just to do
Bye.
it.
Banda,
next-
before you go,
Yeah.
it's going to be 1 hour earlier because we are going to start at 5 and then it is going to be 29th and 30th of
Okay.
December. So everybody okay?
Yeah,
Yep.
and we will do
Not one time early, otherwise we have
COVID
the meeting
information.
next day.
And when is it?
Could you, could
1
we
hour,
look
1 hour earlier than today.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
for a virologist? See if you can get a virus from outside our group.
Stanley is the only one who works. Ask him whether it's okay.
Send an email message day before.
Yeah, okay. I know I've been doing the last minute reminder, otherwise many people forget. Today we had about 25 people on. And you can watch this on YouTube later on if you want to revive.
Okay.
29th at
Thank
what
you.
time now?
Sorry?
29th at what time?
1 o'clock.
It is going to be 1 o'clock London time.
Maruf doesn't want us to sleep.
I am right in the middle.
So just for the clarification, Milroy is going to talk on meditation, and he's also going to do a little bit of research on COVID vaccines. Okay, and we are all going to contribute to COVID vaccines. So
What about
that's
Stanley? Stanley, is something?
I'll be listening.
You're an escape artist. Karin is going to sing. Karin is going to sing a song.
I'll do only
Benita is going to, you know what, Benita, you show your pottery work next time.
Yeah, you know why? Can I do it somewhere in January? We
Okay.
all are going on leave and I need help to take the
Okay,
photographs
all right,
and make it. That's why.
Okay, so pottery, Benita's pottery in January, and we must
Yes.
make
The
effort
big
to bring
data-
other
big data-
batchmates in. Huh?
The big data is on January or February.
January. I'll talk to Bobby's son and see big data. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's going to
Okay.
tell us how we are not needed anymore.
What about Kodikara's paintings?
Huh?
Kodikara has a whole lot of paintings now.
Koda,
Those are hanging all over.
take
Hi.
some pictures and put it on.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw in a suggestion, and I don't know how many of you are book nerds or bookworms, but we could also select a book or something and read it and then discuss it occasionally, like
book club.
not a formal book club, but like something that appeals to everyone, political or.
Saro, we will wait for Trump's life story to come out.
Oh my goodness. The Obama's is out, a promised land.
No, Obama's
We don't want that man.
But Obama's
hear
book.
about Obama.
Obama's book sold 1.7 million copies in the first week, and I have read 2 of his previous books, and they are really
Not even available anymore. Yeah. No, but something that appeals to everybody. I don't know quite what, but.
But Saro, we'll make you the
librarian
to select the book.
Maybe whatever, I don't know, saving the planet or some such thing. I really don't know. Saving
Something that, sure, no, but select something, put it in the WhatsApp, and we can comment on it. And
or something like a fun book. There is a book called the Tao of Pooh, Tao of P.
yes, I heard about that.
Winnie the Pooh, yeah. So the back of it has a very interesting little page, and maybe I'll show it next time because I have to go downstairs to get it. It's hanging in my kitchen. Something really light, humorous even, or simple. I don't know. It's just a thought if you are looking for.
No, I think we accept the thought, and since it's come from your brilliant mind, we make you the person in charge of finding that book and suggesting it.
We'll make a list of it.
Yes,
Thorough suggestions, and anybody can suggest. I think
Very
Power of
short.
Belief, for example, the superhuman.
No,
Can I give us this one? Not now, maybe a couple of months later. Just could we remember all the people, our batchmates who are left?
That's true. That's
Sure.
That's a very important point.
We'll do that. Yeah, we certainly will do that, and then we'll make a list. and do it. And also, we must try and persuade some of our other batchmates to come in.
This is the important communication and connection. There are few people who are
for Sri
refusing
Lanka,
to come.
I sent an email to Mary. Mary says some technology issue. There's Lalita, Mary, I think.
What about Lal Jai Singh and not?
Lal Jai Singh and
we have a Sri Lankan rep here, Ranjit. He can organize it.
Yeah, Ranjit is there. Yes.
Ranjit, can you do it, madam? Get them in. We'll have a Sri Lankan. You sing a baila, all of you.
I think Nalini is still in Sri Lanka, isn't it? He is organizing dinners and.
Yeah, he's still in Sri Lanka. Yes.
So we can ask Nalin whether he can get them together for the next meeting. Say, before, as we approach the next year.
Ranjit didn't respond to Karnian's suggestion. Ranjit, can you hear?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, go ahead. What is that?
No, what is your suggestion? Get in more people from here.
Yeah. May looking forward to 2021. That the theme.
Ranjit, you must take the horse to the water and drink.
Where is Pat and Vijita?
Yeah, I don't know. Even Larissa, I don't know why she's not joining in.
I don't know. She has technical problems as well, and she's not well, apparently.
She's not well. She has moved on to Bathramulla and then generally cutting herself off. Right? That's what I heard. Yes.
So it is important.
Okay, we got a lot of suggestions. And
where is Pushpa?
Yes.
Remember in our batch we had Pushpa.
Yes.
Where is she now?
Padmini was very keen, and again she's not well. I understand.
Padmini and Vas. How is
Padmini
Vas?
Devas, yeah.
But I see Divas G here. I see Divas G here. So she has joined, though you don't see the video.
Oh, this is Padmini then.
Yeah, it says Divas G.
I was wondering, yeah.
But no video and audio is also muted.
Yeah, so she's listening. So that's great. That's wonderful. How about Abesri Gunawardhan? He's right here. I have to give him a call.
Abesri is in New Zealand, isn't it?
No, he's right here in Chicago, in Midwest somewhere.
All right.
What about Nicey?
I know, Nicey, for this Nicey contacted Murthy, we should call him, I'll try and contact the guy and see.
Karnian, why don't you round up the United States group?
I think Midwest, leave it to Saro.
Okay.
I will do West Coast. East Coast, I don't know who else is there, but we'll send a list and find out, and we'll try and get some more people involved.
Yeah, okay. Now, at least if you can send me...
Koneswaran.
Koneswaran...
I told Koneswaran so many times, he's into meditation or something.
Right. Keep on asking.
Not in a negative way, huh? We'll bug the guys a little more.
Our numbers this time is better than last time.
Guru Singh in New Zealand. Isn't Guru Singh in New Zealand?
The time is bad.
Nihal.
Yeah.
Maruf, make a list and send it to people, and anyone who knows can contact, and we'll try and work it.
I have a list there from the email. Some of the emails are not right. I'll send it across.
Is in Sri Lanka.
Hey, Maruf, you are sending to dead people the emails.
Yeah, there are lots of them.
Why? They vote, in America they vote.
but in America it takes a long time to count the votes.
Okay.
Okay.
Everybody. Okay, all right. Bye, guys. Bye.
Okay, all the best.
Thank you, Saro. Thank you, Lawrence. Thank you.
Good night.
Bye.
Thank you, Lawrence. Thank you, Saro.
Good night.
I think 29.
Bye.
Good night.
Bye.
Good morning.
See you, Ranjit. Thanks,
Good night.
Maruf. All the best.
Okay,
Yes.
all the best to you.
Thanks, all of you, everybody.
Thank you, everyone.
See
Nice
you.
seeing
Thanks,
you.
Saro. That was a good one.
Welcome.
Thank you, Saro.
Thank you, Maru.
Okay, all the best to you, Milroy. Come again.
Okay,
You're
Maru.
going to play an important role next time.
Yeah, Maru, I'll be doing only meditation, not vaccines.
Okay.
There are so many other things that are
It
like-
will better use what we have.
You do the meditation, we'll do the vaccine, so we'll meditate about the vaccine.
Vaccine, yeah.
Okay, Stanley, thank you.
Thank you. Good morning for all of us. Yes.
Good morning, good afternoon, good night. Somebody,
Yeah, wish you all.
somebody reached the morning already from the night.
Yeah, wish you all a Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, after Christmas.
Yeah, that we should have said
Yeah,
that.
all the Merry Christmas to each and everyone. Okay.
Yes, everyone.
Glory.
Christmas.
I think of yes. Merry Christmas.
Okay, bye.
Okay, God bless you. Bye.
Shatrugnan, are you still there? Okay, bye. Okay, Koda, thank you.
Bye. Bye.
Bye. Oh my goodness.
Right, I'm trying to leave, but
Oh, no problem. Don't worry. I'll close now.